5 WWE WrestleMania 34 matches already nailed on. This has the makings of a very good card. As of this week, we are closer to WrestleMania 34 than we are its predecessor. It is now less than 6 months until the extravaganza hits the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. 6 months is a long time in wrestling, just ask Jinder Mahal, whose shock rise to the WWE Championship has made the last 6 months feel like a very long time indeed. But already WWE are putting their pieces in place for next year's edition of the Showcase of the Immortals on 8 April 2018, positioning some of their top superstars for big matches with the type of long-term booking that gives the event every chance of matching the hype. WrestleMania 33 delivered some memorable moments: Roman Reigns retiring the Undertaker, the Hardy Boyz returning, and the 5-minute slugfest between Brock Lesnar and Goldberg for the Universal Championship, but it was not a complete success. WWE should be disappointed if they can't surpass that show with the one they are now building to, especially with these 5 matches they have already inked in on the card. 5. Triple H vs. Shane McMahon. This McMahon family clash is only a certainty if Shane can stand, which is no guarantee considering the events during his match against Kevin Owens at Hell in a Cell. According to WWE.com, the SmackDown Live commissioner is suffering from multiple injuries, including neck trauma, fractured ribs and a dislocated shoulder, after again risking life and limb for his father's company by jumping off the top of Satan's structure. Vince McMahon is very high on Shane's drawing power, although apparently not too concerned with his safety. If healthy, Shane will be on the WrestleMania card, and WWE look poised to return to an idea that they shelved for SummerSlam, involving Triple H. The Game, who has not been seen since WrestleMania 33, is another part-timer who will feature in New Orleans. But, unlike previous years when there was Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, he does not have an obvious opponent to feud with on the full-time roster. The McMahons need little excuse to make the product about them. But at least Shane's stake in the company being on the line provides an interesting stipulation with a meaningful payoff and makes storyline sense, with Stephanie and Hunter trying to reclaim power. Just top rope at the highest, Shane, please. 4. WWE Horsewomen vs. UFC Horsewomen. Okay, this is cheating slightly as this exact match isn't nailed on for WrestleMania 34, but what is certain is that Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey will face off in New Orleans. This could be in a one-on-one match with Charlotte as the SmackDown Women's Champion, or it might be in a tag team epic pitting the horsewomen of WWE Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Bayley against the horsewomen of UFC Rousey, Marina Shafir, and Jessamyn Duke. This cross-promotion match has already been teased with a stare-down at the Mae Young Classic in July, in which Roddy told Flair to name the time and name the place. Sasha Banks and Shayna Baszler could be introduced to their respective factions to make this an 8-woman bout, but the Bosses was left out of the Mae Young Classic angle for a reason, with that potentially being that Asuka needs an opponent for WrestleMania. WWE are confident of bringing in Rousey, who is still a huge draw both in terms of money and mainstream attention, but she is unlikely to be added to the roster full-time, and therefore scheduling a singles championship match could telegraph the outcome. There is also major interest in a Horsewomen of WWE reunion, so the 6-woman tag match has the recipe to be a huge success from both a financial and entertainment standpoint. 3. Seth Rollins vs. Dean Ambrose. This is a WrestleMania 34 match build which has already begun. Aside from to get Roman Reigns cheered with a full Shield reunion, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose have been brought back together for one purpose: to split up again. The WWE Raw Tag Team Champions are on the same page for now and are doing the tag division a great service with their excellent rivalry against Sheamus and Cesaro. However, they will turn on each other closer to WrestleMania season to tee up a grudge match. The Shield brothers have proven to have chemistry as adversaries as well as partners. Rollins vs. Ambrose was Pro Wrestling Illustrated's feud of the year in 2014, and they battled again in 2015 over the WWE Championship, including in a fantastic ladder match. These two have the potential to steal the show in Louisiana, but that depends on the narrative as well as the in-ring action. turning Ambrose heel would be the best way to maximize this feud, as the lunatic fringe has untapped, unlimited potential as a bad guy. 2. AJ Styles, C vs Shinsuke Nakamura WWE Championship. On the SmackDown side of things, the WWE Championship contest also appears locked. There have been whispers of Nakamura vs Styles since the pair signed with WWE early last year. They have largely been kept apart since the King of Strong Styles debut on Team Blue post-WrestleMania to make this feud feel special when it eventually arrives. We got a taste of the appetite for this clash at Money in the Bank in June, when the old New Japan Pro Wrestling rivals stared across the ring from each other to an electric response. There are still plenty of steps that WWE need to take to configure this WrestleMania dream match, but they took the first at Hell in a Cell by taking the United States title off Styles. The phenomenal one can now be inserted into the WWE Championship picture in time to end the Jinder Mahal nonsense at the Royal Rumble, after WWE's tour of India, of course. Nakamura has unfortunately been used to put over Mahal in recent months, but has the time and fan support to recover credibility before WrestleMania next year. An encounter between the artist and Styles might be the in-ring highlight of the show, and will help appease the hardcore fans who might protest the Lesnar vs Reigns main event. 1. Brock Lesnar, C vs Roman Reigns Universal Championship. WWE reportedly decided on this WrestleMania 31 rematch before last year's edition of the show, and their recent booking suggests that they have not been deterred from this plan. Reigns has been given massive victories over The Undertaker and John Cena to paint him as a feasible challenger to dethrone the Beast incarnate for the Universal Championship. Similarly, Lesnar has overcome the sizable obstacles of Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman as WWE try to build him up as the champion who has no equal, with a year-long title reign. This might not be the matchup that the fans want, because it will almost certainly lead to a third WrestleMania coronation in a row for the big dog, but it does make business sense with Lesnar's contract up next April and time potentially ticking on this big money bout.